Hey, we're the Longneckers. We sold our home in May of 2015 to escape the suburbs, lead a debt-free life, and spend more time adventuring with our 4 awesome kids. A huge fifth wheel seemed like the right choice for our family of 6, but a year later, we ditched the apartment on wheels to go even smaller. We spent 6 months renovating a vintage Airstream to make the ultimate off-grid machine, and our tiny, shiny home was born. Join us on our journey as we learn to live with less, adventure more, and create memories with our family that will last a lifetime. This episode is brought to you by Vintage Trailer Supply.
On this episode, we're going to talk about My Little Ponies. We're actually going to talk about Flagstaff and Phoenix. Our friend's crazy family adventure! How we built the dinette in our Airstream.
Some NOMADVENTURE gear.
Our exercise follow-up. Our no soda challenge.
And the lava tube ice cave. Here we go, Ada.
Flagstaff.
Flagstaff.
Welcome to Flagstaff, Arizona. Sedona got too hot, so we headed north to higher elevation to escape the heat. Still on our boondocking challenge, we went into the national forest and settled into a quiet spot a couple of miles off the main road and 15 minutes from town. We had to put up with a few neighbors, but they weren't utterly terrible.
What do you think, Ada?
Scary.
Our first adventure was the Fat Man Loop Trail. It was easy to find and took us pretty far up the side of the mountain before heading back down on the other side. We enjoyed the unique trees in the area, and the kids had so much fun spotting the tiny lizards that kept popping up.
I think you have to be really fat not to fit through there.
No, I can go through.
And there were plenty of awesome rocks to climb on.
Everybody loves climbing rocks.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think so far?
Awesome. So steep. We're gonna die.
As always, a hike that is varied enough to keep the kids interested is a good hike. We continued to chase down our trailer brake problems in Flagstaff and rewired our pigtail connection on the truck side, thinking it wasn't seating properly in the plug. While we were impressed that we actually wired it right, it still didn't fix the problem. We're so worried that some wiring has gone bad deep in the belly of the Airstream. I guess we're just going to have to keep looking. If you want an epic day trip, Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument, Wupatki National Monument, and Walnut Canyon National Monument are all within driving distance to one another. We packed up some lunch and headed to Sunset Crater first. While you can't get to the top of the crater, it looms large as you hike around the area, and its smooth, volcanic, treeless surface contrasts with the pine trees and lava rocks below. It was a short hike, but we learned a ton about lava formations, and we got to experience a new landscape. Highly recommended.
Is it an insect?
Yeah.
Why? What makes it an insect?
With 3 legs and a 3-foot butt.
Wupatki National Monument was another incredible Native American dwelling with over 100 rooms and even pits where games were played and ceremonies were held. Make sure you check out the blowhole, a hole in the ground that breathes in or out depending on the time of year and the barometric pressure. Super cool. And on your way out, stop by the Wukoki ruins, another super interesting pueblo built into a huge rock in the middle of the desert. It's not nearly as busy as Wupatki, so we got to look around a bit and have some fun.
These are the smallest doorways ever.
Finally, we made it to Walnut Canyon National Monument. What an incredible place for the Sinagua people to make a home. They used the natural overhang of the rock facings to build their own dwellings, and we had a blast exploring them and marveling at their ingenuity.
What are you looking at?
That cave over there.
The what?
The
cave?
There's like a cave, but then there's another floor. So it's like 2 caves.
It's truly a unique landscape that you'll remember for years to come.
It's another room.
After that, we headed all the way back down to Phoenix, Arizona, in the middle of the summer. Crazy much? Actually, we had a surgery scheduled for our youngest, Ada. She was born with a tiny hernia right above her diaphragm, and it started bothering her in recent months. So we had it removed. It was so great to get that done, but dang, it was hot. I think we were the only campers at Lost Dutchman State Park that whole week. We pretty much stayed inside and put our little air conditioning through its paces. Thankfully, it did okay. Oh, and Ada got through her surgery with flying colors. She's doing great. We did have one adventure there, or rather, I did. There's an epic hike called the Flatiron Trail. I got up at 4:30 a.m., set out, and I didn't make it to the top. I got lost somewhere along the way and couldn't find my way back to the trail. I honestly thought I was going to get stuck a couple of times. 12 hours worth of hiking, and I didn't even make it to the top. So frustrating. But the videos and photos I did get were almost worth it. Next time, I'm taking a buddy, and I'm going to make it. Challenge accepted. An Instagram friend heard about our brake troubles and offered to help, so we gladly left the heat and headed to California.
We want to introduce you to our friends, Crazy Family Adventure. They're a family of 6, just like us.
They travel in a 23-foot Winnebago View.
They've got great information about life on the road and how they make money.
Check them out online at crazyfamilyadventure.com. Yes!
So the first area of the renovation that we wanted to show you is the dining room / master bedroom / workspace area / theater room. Because when you're in an Airstream and there's 6 of you, everything needs to be multi-use, right? So it's in the dining room configuration right now. We really wanted to make sure we could all sit down, we could all eat, we could actually have the food on the table that we're eating. Plenty of room here. 2 on that side, 2 on this side, 2 in the back. If you want to take out all the cushions and padding on the back, you'd probably get 10 people in there and have a party. It'd be lots of fun. This table actually drops down at night and turns into the bed. So we'll show you that in a minute, but there's a few other details in this front area we wanted to show you. So the first is portholes. So the Vista windows that come standard on a lot of Airstreams, they usually have some sort of thing you can pull down to cover. We didn't like the way the vintage ones looked, what was left over when we were renovating, and so we decided to build something completely custom. We built these things out of wood, really like the way the light comes through and the circles feel really modern. Dealing with curtain rods and blinds and stuff, we just really don't like the way a lot of the blinds look, so we decided to do some really simple modern curtain rods. We just took a bar of aluminum, and we bent it around and screwed it into the ribs, and then we took some fabric, added some Velcro, and then just set it on there. Now, because of the curve of the Airstream, because this is already angled, if we didn't have this extra supporting bar back here, it would kind of hang here and it'd be in the way all the time. So we added a second smaller bar down below. Then we also have to mention the Rhino, because that's Ashley's favorite thing. And then we have the spaceship buttons. And these turn on several lights, a few outside, a few overhead. I don't know if you can tell, but when they're off, the blue light is lit up, which is really handy if you're stumbling around in the dark. But honestly, when we're sleeping, they're kind of bright, so we have a way to flip them off. The table goes up and down because of this 3-stage gas assist marine pedestal down below. You just pull those latches and then it slides down in sections. Behind the front cushions, we got some storage for homeschool books and materials. So those just pop open. And there's even a little shelf that we can put stuff on. So now that you've seen how the table turns into a bed, we wanted to show you what's underneath. So we wanted to maximize as much storage as we could. So we put drawers in the front that are easy access. On this side, you've got a bunch of computer stuff. This side, you've got shoes. For right when you come in the door, you immediately put your shoes in the shoe box. We've got covers that we've taken off these, but on this side, we've got safe, some hardware. On this side, we've got some of our sleeping bags. This is where our lithium batteries live, along with converter, inverter, solar charge controller, battery management system. And it's also where all the wires come in. This is the storage for the front area.
Let's talk about the Llama 2 Ice Cave! Yeah! the big chunks of ice on the ceiling and the bottom.
I liked that it was super dark. I liked all the slippery rocks.
And I liked that there wasn't an actual trail.
If you need hard-to-find parts for your Airstream renovation, look no further than Vintage Trailer Supply. I have no idea how we would have finished our project without their wide range of products, detailed notes, and reviews. From window and door gaskets to lenses and sealant to rivets and riveting tools, we were constantly ordering something from them during our renovation. We even got new holding tanks with custom fittings and a tankless water heater. Follow the link in the show notes below to save tons of time tracking down replacement parts for your renovation.
As a family of 6 traveling full-time, we have 2 options for safe drinking water. Either we buy a bunch of water bottles every single month, or we filter our own. This Berkey water filter is still one of my favorite purchases I've ever made. We even had one in our house before we moved into an RV. The Berkey water filters come in so many different sizes, but for our family, we went with the big Berkey. With the big Berkey, you can have up to 4 charcoal filters in the top chamber and 4 fluoride filters on the bottom. Having a Berkey water filter gives us peace of mind. We know that we have safe drinking water anywhere we go, even if we have to get our water from a creek.
It's time to follow up with our exercise challenge. Guys, how did we do? It's no secret that we love an ice-cold Mexicoke. But we also know they're not that good for you either. So our next challenge is to ditch the carbonation. We told the kids that whoever goes the longest without a Coke, it's $100. Who's gonna win? I don't know, but we sure do love our fizzy goodness.
On the next episode, we're heading to sunny California.
Will we finally fix our trailer brakes?
You wouldn't believe what happened to our truck.
Will we kick our soda habit?
You're going to watch the next episode to find out. Make sure you follow us so you can see the next episode.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Our friend's favorite crazy Dad! Go.
This Berkey water. That one. Stop pointing.
How we built the dike? I liked that you could not see anything.
Did you hear that?
They travel in a 23 foot Winnebago view.
Will we